Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're checking out the P6 Mini from WE2USat. So this is a Android TV box running 14.0 and you can see all the specifications on screen now. The unit itself does have everything built into the main unit. So basically you're getting your HDMI, your Ethernet, everything kind of built into the main unit, and it just connects to the back of the actual TV itself. It does actually come with a UK power plug because I'm in the UK, but for this particular one I was able to actually connect it to the USB port on my TV and power it directly off that. So as you can see, it does come with the USB-A to USB-C connection, and the power plug just has a USB-A port. Here you can see the HDMI port built in. Now the one downside I suppose is the weight of the unit, but it's not too heavy, so it shouldn't really cause any damage on the actual TV's HDMI port. It does have built-in Ethernet, so I would recommend using this for the most stable connection, and on the opposite side you do also have a USB connection for any additional storage that you wish to use. The remote itself is Bluetooth enabled, and as soon as you turn the box on, it basically guides you through how to connect it. This is one of the better remotes for Android TV boxes that I've tested. Buttons are relatively tactile and the layout is pretty good. It does also come with the user manual as well. Okay, so as you can see, the layout in terms of the software is grid layout similar to Apple TV. If we go into the settings, you can see it is running Android TV OS 14, and you've got some other details on the box itself. Going into display and sound, you can see that it does have the ability to match HDR, and it also gives you up to 4K 60 resolution as well. You can see it does have HDMI CAC, although I've got this disabled because I don't want it turning my TV on when I accidentally click the button. And it does also have various different formats for both sound, so various different surround sound formats, as well as the HDR formats for picture as well. So it does have all four major sort of formats: Dolby Vision, HDR10, HDR10 Plus and HLG. Going into the first app, which is Mars Live, and you can see this is the sort of layout. So it does come with a number of channels in this particular app, and you can see them all listed on the left hand side. Now I have skipped through various parts of this just because the recorder I was using was actually dropping frames, and that stops the video from outputting, but I'm not going to show any content on screen anyway because I don't want to get any copyright strikes. As you can see, some of these channels are basically 24/7 channels and other ones are event based. So this one, as you can see, is going to be event based, so depending on what's actually on, that's when these channels will come on. If there's nothing, or if that time hasn't been reached, or if that event isn't on, then these particular channels won't work. Everything else, yeah, you can go down the list and you can see what else we've got included here. I didn't spend too long in this section of it because this is pretty standard for most of these kind of boxes, and anybody buying it will pretty much know what to look out for. The next app is Mars Super TV, which needs a VPN. We'll come back to that a little later. Mars VOD is the one where you've got your movies and TV series. So if you go right to the top sort of square, you can choose between movies and TV series. Now I did find that most of the content in this is sort of TV movies. TV series will probably be up to date, but the movies, you have to dig down quite a lot before you can actually find anything worthwhile watching. Now I did do a test on one of them just to see, because I only saw one listing for UHD, so this one was listed as UHD, and I was curious to see how it actually plays back. Because it doesn't give you any resolution information on screen, you can't actually tell, but it looked pretty clear when I actually played it back. Once again, this was dropping frames, so I couldn't actually include all the sort of shots of it. I did do a few tests on some animation, because animation generally tends to look really good no matter what sort of resolution you're playing back on. And I did also test to see whether subtitles worked, and that was working perfectly fine on this particular one as well. The difference between this and the next app is this lays everything out just by movies and TV series, whereas Mars VOD Plus tends to separate depending on the actual broadcaster. So if we look down the left hand side, you can see it's got Max, Hulu, Peacock and all the rest of them listed down there, Disney Plus. It doesn't have Netflix and it doesn't have a few other ones. I can't remember if Prime TV was on this one, but yeah, it separates by the broadcaster as opposed to just being separated by the movie's genres. I did also do a test on this one to see whether it plays back. All of these apps played back perfectly fine. A couple of them, when I did do a test, it would start playing back, but then if I skipped, it would take a very long time to play back. But once again, that's down to your connection, and it's also down to how busy the servers were in terms of skipping. Mars VOD backup is exactly what the name would suggest, so it's just a backup of Mars Live TV, and it's basically the same channels. So you've got, if I go back to the top, you can see it's got 1,532 channels in total. They're not all going to be live channels. Some of them are going to be pay-per-view, some of them are going to be 24/7. Now I did install Planet VPN and I used the USA version to log in and connect to VPN in order to load up Mars Super TV. So this is different to Mars Live in the sense that this has over 2,000 channels, but they're not suitable for like the European or UK market. This is mainly for the American market and maybe some foreign markets as well, because the channels, as you can see, it's got a lot more US channels on this. Sports wise it's pretty much similar, and then it's got a few other ones, Vietnam, Korea, Spanish at the bottom as well. So this one's different in only the sense that it's got different channels as opposed to the other ones where it generally tends to have a mixture, and you'll have some UK channels as well. As you can see, without the VPN it does not work. You do have a cleanup tool if you're having any issues with the actual box itself, but I didn't find that to be an issue. Now the Netflix app is just Netflix, so basically you do still have to log in and use your credentials similar to the YouTube, so it will display ads and you can log in and do everything as per usual with a normal verified YouTube app. I didn't actually play anything back because when I was doing this test it basically just displayed ads. You'd also have a file explorer, so if you do plug in any hard drives and you want to play back any movies, you can access them directly from here, and you do also have a movie player on there as well. Once again, if you do have any files you can access them directly from here. You'd also have a market or some marketplace where you've got some extra apps that you can install directly from this, and then you can manage them directly from this particular app as well. I did a test with 1 or 2 of them, but yeah, these are just extra bloatware and I didn't want to install anything that slows the box down, but these are there and they're pretty standard ones, and some of them give you access to additional app stores, which gives you a lot more apps included in there as well. You'd also have both Prime Video as well as Disney Plus. The Disney Plus one did need an update, so I did have to go through the Google store, so I had to sign into that in order to do the update, but it looks like it should work perfectly fine. I did also test the voice command, so in this instance I basically just asked it to play live TV and that's what it opened up, and then I also did a request to bring up Sky Sports and it did list all of the Sky Sports that it had listed in that particular one as well. Yeah, overall it does exactly what it's meant to do. The downside with this one is it doesn't have 4K channels and the selection for UK market is very limited, but for the US market this is going to be a pretty good deal.